Well, most humbly, standing on the existing protocol. The business before us, the country before us, at this point in time in our history, realistically speaking, does not call for jokes. We have to do it with all we have. We have to do it with our lives if we are worth being called leaders or parents. Here, in search of finding solution for Nigeria, if you aspire to be a leader in this country, you must have taken the pains of evaluating Nigeria true to itself. The state of Nigeria today, from the point of view of security, is a very, very sad deduction, and we should learn to tell ourselves the truth. Rhetorics, eye service, in itself is obstacle and is unacceptable. Yesterday's approaches to the management of this country, from the slide down the slope, this country is moving very fast, is disturbing. That is to say, we have evaluated the threat and know where this country is. And to any leadership that aspires to be, should not talk about the ease of doing business, should be talking about the cost and how. This should be your guiding factor. When you talk about security, and you give me 5 minutes to evaluate it, that is a dream and that is unrealistic. But all I can tell you in 2 sentences is to say that every single thing about our security, active or passive, military, police, paramilitary, intelligence community, requires total review, total overhaul, new doctrine, should be done fearlessly with the love of this country. Some decisions that may be taken may be very painful, but this is the only country we have, and we will get that done. We have a decade to get it done. We just have to. And how much can I create? So I have to know what is in every state. We have to look for money, consult people who have satellites, who have the data today, and I can tell you BCD. As I talk, take your telephone and Google and look at what is called Californium and tell me the price of it in the world market today, then I will tell you how much you have it in abundance. If that is the only thing I know alone, and I come seeking for leadership at this point in time, I will never be afraid to take any decision, to come up with any policy in uplifting this country and placing Nigeria to be among the first 10 richest. I'm bold to speak. We are richer than G7, complete country. We are disoriented. We were misinformed. We are being gauged. We are working with some certain foreign policies that doesn't work, that make us remain retarded in one place. We are bigger than that. We have to think out of the box. No more routine in terms of leadership. We can do it in terms of wealth creation. I bet. When I told some elders in this country, I said with the trash alone to the world market on some solid mineral resources, 7 of them, taking tea, I can make 887 billion per annum. But if we are to do this work, and I have some people are checking on what is called Californium. If you check, tell me the price today in the world market, you have it in abundance. How can a country that is within the international community secretly describe you as 360 plus as a code for Nigeria so that you will not understand what they mean? And this has been going on since early 70s. 360 plus, decoding means a country with all the solid mineral resource deposit, plus oil, plus gas in abundance. That's 360 plus, it's a code. But whenever our elders go to meeting, they hear 360, they don't know. We go scavenging for, we are here searching for. It's a shame. Time has come to unearth it and to utilize it. Every Nigerian is exceptionally a rich person. What matters here is correcting the leadership deficit and for it to flow. We shall have a doctrine that will direct this country. Every state, every zone, institutions will be built, skill acquisition centers in all our states for youth and for women, for people with disability. Everybody will work. Your borders will be manned, not necessarily by satellite. There is what is called the Earth monitoring technical equipment to suit your environment. You can be in Abuja and know what your entire borders are doing. You can be in Lagos and know exactly what your waters are doing. You can relate with the world. You can protect your ships, your maritime world. You can get that done. Today, you are too rich, too weak, too poor. How do you compromise this? How do you reconcile this? It's totally ironic. And lastly, let me say, we lost Bakassi some years back. That alone can take care of the entire West Africa. The question I ask you, it was part of Nigeria. You lost it to some people, a tiny little clique. It went to World Court. You didn't challenge it. They took it. They told you stories. Nobody is bold enough to check it. Let me say this. When God Almighty grant us the means, Bakassi will be a fresh matter. We will have it. Because the meaning of leadership is a segment of people who know and who care and who can take risk, calculated and at any given time to secure what is meant for the nation. If I die in the course of providing leadership and support and comfort to 200 million people, that I will do that with pride. But this country must be adjusted to be on course. I thank you.
Thank you so much.
With just one thing alone, I think I see this as what we call unhindered opportunities. Unhindered opportunities. There are so many opportunities in Nigeria that our leaders before now made up their mind that they will never allow us to actualize our dreams. Nigeria is a country that has been blessed by the Almighty God. Having lived in the US for about 30 years, traveled far and near all over the world, the opportunity that God has given us in this country is not common anywhere. We need to look at what is it that we have in each local government, each state, and so on and so forth. You will agree with me. If never before 1999, we have been working at Jakarta still to date. It's not working. Why? Because the federal government is in control of everything. Now, for example, there's a place in Osun State. You can go and check it. It's called Iperindo. Most of the houses there is being built on top of gold. Hey! Now, you can imagine. Just go there. The youths, the boys, in the moment you look at them, all you can see is poverty. Why? Because certain leaders said we will never allow our youth to become what God has chosen them to be. Now you go to Ondo State, the deposit of coal or bitumen in Ondo State alone is more than enough to tie all the roads in Nigeria and even export more. Meaning, in Ondo State alone, God has given us what can make Ondo State look like exactly like Dubai. And now you go to Enugu, so much deposit of coal, not by men but by God, that Enugu State alone can give us electricity. But because by choice. Now you move all the way right here in Kaduna, there are some special precious stone in Kaduna that is not common anywhere in the world. But our leader said they will never allow it to work. And now you go right there in Benue State. Benue State has what it takes to feed the entire country. But our leader said it's never going to work. So we can go on and on. Go to Nasarawa. There are other states in Nigeria that we even have uranium, which is even more expensive than crude oil. So God has blessed us so much. But I know this is also happening with the help of some foreigners.
We have power from the sun, but we don't know how to use it. In order to change this country, fundamentally we need power. And that power will help you with security. It will help you with healthcare. It will help you with education, agriculture. We're sitting in a country of 200 odd million people and 4,000 megawatts of power. My company has built 20,000 megawatts of power globally. Nigerian ingenuity, using renewable energy, and when we come here to do it, they just don't let us do it. The crime is us, and we perpetrate this crime on Nigerians. There are great men that are sitting here, great Nigerians. All of us want to give you our best. We're in an interview for you to vote for us. Fundamentally, you must check what we do. So let me give you a little bit of my intellect. I'm a former military officer. Not that that's anything great, but I came out of that going to United Nations, trying to do something different. I had a little bit of technology skills and I built the first renewable energy agency at United Nations. From that, I started to build my own renewable energy company. And I work in Shenzhen with a lot of companies building solar plants, using lithium for storage batteries, and that technology has propelled Nigerian-owned technology globally. Thank you. Why I'm saying this is that those jobs should be here. I came here, I presented to government, I presented to the minister, the vice president's office. I put proof of concept in Edo State, in Ondo State, in Ogun State, with government, successful since 2018. Independently put in embedded power into hospitals, schools, and primary health centers. 20. Here's the crime. They didn't follow up. So those jobs are in South Africa. I'm not government. I'm private sector. I need to make money for my 1,800 employees. I must find work. It's important that the private sector takes the move. 80% of our economy is, 7% of the budget of our economy is feeding 1 million people instead of feeding 216 million people. The crime is perpetrated by the government, not by the people. We, the people, are the ones in power, not the people in power. Vote right.
What will you do if you are opportuned by God and Nigerians about federalism in the state of Nigeria? I'm saying this because I am of the PRP, and that is our third principle. We do not believe a nation should concentrate so much at the federal level and leave every other hands there looking up to you as Mr. President. No.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's the only thing we can achieve in this year's summit. To take away power from these two elephants that have kept our people down. Please, if that's the only thing that we can achieve, let it be that 2022 summit came and party leaders agreed that we can no longer be in this state of disorder in the 21st century. Now, I have to ask that question. Presidential candidates, please answer me sincerely. Someone wrote a book, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa, but ironically, he was killed. Some of you have said that part of our problem is external collaboration that has made it difficult for us to grow as a country. I am not sure there's any Nigerian, whether on the streets here or anywhere, that lacks the capacity and ability to get this country run well. If you read our documents, they are wonderful documents, but the problem would have been maybe implementation. What is it that is wrong that we can't implement even our own ideas? What will be your foreign policy document and direction if you are elected as president of Nigeria?
We have a country that don't have a system. You cannot implement whatever document you have without a system. It's very key. Once you have a system, you are able to create a system, you will reinform and reform your institution. If you run a system, then you have leaders who are not bigger than the system.
If you want a better country, you will get involved. If you want a better country, you will vote. It is very important that if you choose a leader, choose somebody who represents what's in your mind.
It's like when you have your children to go to university, and after they might have graduated, now they have gotten a job, you want to go to the office and do the job with them. It's an error. And that is what our leaders has been doing before now. Only in Nigeria, that a governor that's duly elected as a governor of a state will construct a road just for 5 kilometers. He will invite the president, he will invite fellow governors to come and celebrate with them that they've constructed the road. What is your job? Why are you there before? So becoming the president of Nigeria, all these ideologies will change because they are in the past and we need something new.